After an initial run higher leading up to President Trump's White House win, Bitcoin is down now more than 7% since he took office, interestingly. Joining us to discuss the crypto market, Anthony Scaramucci, founder and managing partner of Skybridge Capital. Good morning to you. Happy post-Super Bowl. I assume you were an Eagles fan, by the way. I could be wrong about that, Anthony.
Well, I'm a Jim Cramer fan. So
okay.
If you're a Jim Cramer fan, you gotta root for the Eagles. So congratulations to Jim.
But by the way, we should mention not only congratulations to Jim, but I think this is a birthday for Jim too today. We should wish him a happy birthday, and he just got a big present. Yeah. Obviously, the Eagles gave it to him. So there, happy birthday, Jim.
Well, happy birthday, Jim, and congratulations to the Eagles.
Anthony, what do you make of just the way Bitcoin has moved? We're at $97,000 right now. Call it 97,500. It has moved down. Obviously, it was on a huge run. But when you think about the floor, we've heard people say the floor might be 70. I don't know if you think that's accurate. And then obviously, you know, people talk about the sky being the limit when it comes to the ceiling.
Well, listen, you know, Andrew, I began my Bitcoin journey about 5 years ago, and I've been tarred and feathered and praised as it goes up and down, and you oscillate between genius and dummy. But I think that Bitcoin now is representing where prices should have been in 2022. And said differently, if you look at the November Bitcoin futures approval, just studying administrative law, the spot ETF should have been approved sometime in the first quarter of 2022. So all of that delay caused a lot of that price damage. And so I see it here as the community seeing itself getting propitious, decent, middle-of-the-road regulation. And if you look at the people that the Trump administration has put into those positions, I think you end up getting that. And so 97,000, 98,000 is sort of where I thought we would be 3 years ago. So the real question is, will the institutions enter the game? And I think you see some of the endowments starting to do that. We know some of the sovereign wealth funds in the Middle East are quietly doing that. And so I think it's going to be a very good year for Bitcoin.
Where are you on this strategic reserve idea, if you were a betting man?
Well, I think it'll likely happen at a small level. I think David Sachs has been very smart to delay it. I think the executive order showed good judgment because you want to get the buy-in from the Republicans and the Democrats, not just one party. You'd hate to see a strategic reserve going into place, Republicans lose power, and then the Democrats pull the rug on Bitcoin and take it out of the strategic reserve. I think you need to get buy-in on both sides. I think it was very smart of David Sachs to make sure that there was a 6-month debate and 6-month analysis of this. But I do think you get something. Remember, we have 27 other things in our strategic reserve. It's not just gold and oil. There's trace minerals and other things that the country reserves. I think this is an asset that the country will want to own.
Can I ask you about Ethereum? Only because Don Jr. was out there saying it's going to go up. Let me tell you. I assume he has some of it. But do you have a take there?
Well, we do own ETH in small sizes. We're much bigger Solana fans than we are ETH. We don't have a negative opinion of ETH. My partner in law school classmate John Soulos is sort of an ETH maximalist, so he's got it in our portfolio. I think that Brett Messing and I just think that Solana is faster. It has lower gas fees. And I think it's the one that's going to win the race, if you will, in terms of going into the tokenization world. Right. If Larry Fink is right and we end up tokenizing stocks and bonds, I think Solana would probably be a more obvious choice.
Anthony, where do you land on this whole meme coin phenomenon? I asked, you know, we were joking. It's not such a joke. A couple of weeks ago, someone made this Sorkin coin, which, by the way, has, I don't know, I want to say happily or unhappily, but it's dropped in value. I have nothing to do with it. But, you know, I've been following Dave Portnoy, who put out a meme coin during the Super Bowl weekend. It's called Jail Stool. And it's also dropped in value now. But, I mean, it's still, you know, it's got a market cap of $82 million, which is remarkable. I think, though, at one point it might have been, you know, 4 or 5 times that. And I just wonder whether you look at that and say, these are sort of great signs because they're engaging people in all of this new world of crypto, or you think that it turns people off ultimately? What what's your take? I mean, a lot of people are having fun with it, but if fun is sort of in the eye of the beholder because some people are making money, and I have to imagine others are not.
So literally, I have like a post-it on my computer, Andrew, please don't talk to Joe about the Trump meme coin. It's like right there below the camera. So I'm really doing the best I can not to talk about this stuff.
Notice I didn't talk about DJT. I'm talking about Mr. Portnoy.
We're talking about the same category,
we're
right?
We're talking about the Sorkin coin. There's no Mooch coin?
No, there's no Mooch coin, Joe.
Not
but
yet.
if there is a Mooch
probably.
coin, Joe, I expect you to be the first buyer, and
I would definitely.
I'll make sure you're involved in the ICO,
Can
Joe.
we do it together somehow? We could cover the whole world that way.
Although, Joe, you'll be locked up for like 10 years in the Mooch coin. Okay, it'll almost be like the jail coin, where you'll be locked up in the Mooch coin in jail. But
you got to hold it for that long, like a lockup period. Literally a lockup.
That's so interesting, by the way, about what about how Portnoy was doing it, which was he was saying, I'm not going to sell until it gets to what, $500 million or $1 billion or something.
I'm at a loss for all this. Why does the Sorkin coin have any value? I mean, you're a wonderful person. But
I think that's the question.
That is the question. By the way,
the question is, this is the stuff.
I don't think you'd ask it quite that way.
This is the stuff when Becky is interviewing Warren Buffett and he's talking about cryptocurrency. This is the stuff that I think would aggravate him. I think if you're looking at this stuff, these are gambling tokens effectively, and there's a fury around them, and there's a tulip mania about them. And I think in the minds of some of the older investors, it causes contagion onto Bitcoin. People think, okay, well, maybe Bitcoin is just a very big meme coin.
Right.
But
what about the one that's called poop coin? I mean, there's that one was trading higher.
I don't know any poop coin or jail bond or jail whatever it's called coin or Trump
jail
coin.
Jail stool.
Okay, I own Bitcoin, Solana, Avalanche. We have a position in Polkadot and things like that. And these are assets that we think are going to grow in the world of tokenization. Of course, we believe that Bitcoin is digital property and a store of value.